Guys, you don't even realize it, but women are watching everything. Not just what you say, but how you move, where your eyes pause, the tension in your shoulders, even those tiny gestures you'll make without thinking. And here's the part that'll blow your mind. Some after subtle quirks. They're not just noticed, they're irresistible. I'm talking about the little moves that bypass logic and go straight to our emotional core. The kinds of gestures that make a woman lean in, feel that spark, and wonder, what is it? A booth. Now, most men go their entire lives trying to impress with loud actions, money, looks, flashy style. But move, number one, the truth. It's the unspoken confidence, the quiet mastery of presence. That's what makes a man unforgettable. So, today, I'm breaking down 9 underrated, scuncy gestures that drive women wild, even if you don't know you're redoing them. And once you know what they're, you'll never walk into a room, have a conversation, or hold a woman's gazette same way again. So sit tight, because this is going to change how you carry yourself in the most powerful way possible. Number 9. The slow head tilt, also known as the presence anchor. You'd never think about it, but a simple head tilt done slowly while listening or holding eye contact triggers something primal in our minds. It doesn't just move hashtag to signal curiosity, it signals emotional aptness, grounded presence, trustworthiness. When a man slightly tilts his head just enough to show he's really with us, not just hearing words, it creates a silent miss. I see you, I'm safe, you have me attention. And here's the psychology in it. That head tilt mimics something deeply embedded in our emotional memory. The same gesture babies use to show curiosity and seek safety. It activates what neuroscience call the caregiver's bones, a subconscious that makes us instinctively trust more. But there's more. That slow tilt also reads as if you're not judging, not zoning out, but like you're picking up on something deeper, like we're worth figuring out. In body language terms, this is called a rapport gesture. It lowers our defenses. It invites intimacy without pressure. And here's why that matters. In a world where most people listen just to reply, a man who listens to understand stands out. He makes us feel seen. He creates a soft bubble of connection. And remember that moment, long after I can. So the next time she's speaking, don't just nod robotically. Let your body lean into the moment. Let the tilt come naturally. Make her feel that your mind isn't elsewhere, because presence is rare, and presence is instantly attractive. Number 8, the one eyebrow raise, aka the micro challenge. This one, it's pure magic. That quick, subtle lift of a single eyebrow, especially when we say something bold or teasing, sends an unmistakable message. Oh, really, you're going there. Without uttering a word, you've just sparked playful tension. It's part challenge, part flirt, all confidence. Body language experts call this a momentary flash of skepticism mixed with intrigue. It doesn't feel judgmental. It feels fun, like you're not going to fall for every word we say, like we've got to earn your full attention. And that, gentlemen, is catnip to a high-value woman, because it hints at mystery, at depth, at a man who has his own emotional world and isn't immediately giving us full access to it. Think of it this way. Most guys nod too much, agree too fast, try too hard to validate, but one who raises that brow like interesting makes us want to chase his approval. It's what Robert Greene calls strategic tension in The Art of Seduction. You're not just playing along, you're playing with us. And yes, it works like a charm when done right, but be warned, do it too often or without the right timing, and you'll come across like a cartoon villain, or Somion, stuck in a facial twitch. Use it sparingly. Pair it with a knowing smile, a pause, and you'll master the unspoken language of flirtation with just a flick of your face. Next up, number 7, the calm lean. Why one of the simplest body shifts creates irresistible intimacy and how most men mess it up. Number 7, the calm lean, also known as the intimacy gateway. Let's talk about something deceptively simple, but incredibly powerful. Calm lean. This isn't a bootlanging in, or getting up in her space like a puppy. No, this is about controlled gravity, about creating a moment where the world fades and it feels like you two are the only ones who exist. When you lean in slowly, not aggressively, not too soon, just at the right time, you're sending one of their most primal subconscious signals of connection, and we feel it hard. From a neuroscience standpoint, this movement triggers the release of oxytocin, that is the bonding hormone, The same Ani activated during deep conversations, intimacy, and even during physical touch. And here's the crucial detail. This oxytocin hit only happens when the movement is unforced, when it feels organic, like your body is naturally drawn to the connection unfolding. Rush, the lean and you activate our fight or flight system. Do it right, and it feels like you're saying, I'm not here to overwhelm you, I'm here with you. Body language experts say this is the difference between magnetic presence and social pressure. In fact, there's a sweet spot, leaning in about then normal, but only after she's already engaged in the conversation. Get the timing right. And here's what happens. You create a pocket of intimacy. It's like an invisible velvet rope goes up around you to in a crowded space. And suddenly we feel Lee KVB Epson, your world. Women don't forget that feeling, but I've seen guys ruin this. They lean too far, too fast, or worse, they close the gap before the connection is real. Result, she pulls away. The tension breaks, and you go from mysterious to misread. So remember, lean presence, not pressure. Let the moment guide you, and her body will tell you everything you need to know. Number 6, the jaw or chin touch, aka the silent thinker signal. Have you ever caught yourself touching your jaw or stroking your chin mid-conversation, especially when deep in thought? Here's a secret we notice and we love it. There's something incredibly captivating. A man who appears to be pondering, not fidgeting, but reflecting. That subtle masculine self-touch says, I'm engaged, I'm intelligent, I'm composite in my own thoughts. But wait, it gets better. From an evolutionary psychological, the jawline is one of the strongest visual markers of test. So, when your fingers move along that jaw, even unconsciously, you're drawing subtle attention to a trait women are biologically hardwired to find attractive. Think of it like subconscious advertising. You're not trying to impress, you're just existing with presence. And there's another layer. When you touch your face thoughtfully, especially while holding eye contact, it makes us feel like we're part of your internal world, like we're witnessing a moment of insight unfolding right in front of us. In Atomic Attraction, Christopher Kenwell points out that men who exhibit these gestures often appear more grounded, more masculine, and more self-possessed. And this is powerful. A man who thinks before he speaks, a man who's comfortable in silence, a man who's not afraid of stillness. That man triggers something ancient inside us. It's almost like watching someone solve a puzzle. And guess what? We want to be part of the answer. It becomes intellectual foray. So next time you're mid-conversation and your hand drifts to your jaw, don't pull it away. Let it linger for just a second. Let us see you thinking, because mystery isn't always loud. Sometimes it lives in the pause between thoughts. Number 5, the pause before speaking. The alpha beat, short, dramatic pause in the video. Slight tension building music underly. This one is criminally underrated. Most guys feel the need to fill every silence, as if quiet is awkward, as if silence means weakness. But here's the truth. A man who he speaks radiates power. That off-second beat, it screams composure, that it shows you're not chasing approval, you're not racing to impress, you're in control. And guess what? According to research from UCLA, people who pause before responding are perceived as more intelligent, more thoughtful, and yes, more trustworthy. But that's just the surface. What's really happening during that pause is a psychological power play. You're disrupting the rhythm. Most people expect you're commanding attention without a single extra word. You're creating suspense. That moment, it builds what's called anticipation tension. We start leaning in, wondering what you're about to say, feeling the gravity of your next words before they even arrive. It's the same psychological principle casinos use with slot machines. The slight delay before the result actually makes the reward more addictive. Now, imagine pairing that pause with a simple hand gesture, say briefly opening your palms or touching your fingertips together. That combination, pure alpha communication, it signals calm dominance. It tells the world, I'm not here to react, I'm here to respond with purpose. That's the kind-off energy that leaves a room silent bare. You speak, and a woman curious long after you've walked away. Number 4, the hand steeple, also known as the silent power move. Let me paint you a picture. You're talking, you're making a point, and while your words are measured and intentional, your fingertips come together, just lightly pressing, forming a steeple. That's not just a coincidence. That's body language mystery, and most guys don't even know they're doing it. This gesture is called the hand steeple. and it's one of the most powerful confidence displays a man can use without ever saying a word. Why? Because it takes up space without being threatening. Because it forces your hands to move intentionally, not nervously. Because it slows you down, anchoring your energy into or misses into twitch. It's not fit, it's calculated stillness. Second of body language used by CEOs in billion-dollar negotiations and by deeply charismatic men in flirtation. When you use the steeple while speaking, especially during a key statement, here's what happens. You appear morose, your points land heavier, and most importantly, you create a visual cue of presence that women subconsciously equate with leadership. But that's not all. There's a strange unconscious association with prayer here. That steepled gesture hints at depth, reflection, even mystery. And mystery, Amelia, is pure. We're wired to be drawn to men, wopia, thoughtful because in evolutionary terms, thoughtful men were better at solving problems, protecting tribes, navigating chaos. One small caveat: avoid the reverse steeple. That's when your fingers point downward like you're plotting something villainous that reads as arrogant and even a little creepy. Stick with the classic: fingertips pressed together, elbows relaxed, words deliberate. It's elegant, it's masculine, and it tells us, I know exactly who I am, and I'm not here to prove it. Number 3, shoulder shrugged plus smirk combo, aka flirtation in one frame. You want to know what drives women wild. It's not just full-blown charm, it's playful trodics. Let me explain. That meant where you give a single shoulder shrug, a soft casual lift, and pair it with a tiny, almost mischievous smirk. Boom, flirtation detonated. It's like your body is saying it's no big deal. Or maybe it is. This combo is dangerous in the best way because it triggers what we call flirt tension, a psychological sweet spot where playfulness and confidence blend. The shrug says, I'm chill, I'm not forcing this. The smirk says, but I know I'm interesting, and maybe so are you. Together, they create a vibe that's hard to resist. According to Dominic Mann, author of Flirt Like a Pro, gestures like this create the peshpal dynamic that makes flirtation feel like a dance, not an interview. That's the secret, isn't it? To many guys either try too hard or don't try. This combo sits right in the middle. Relaxed but present. Funny but not. Foolish. Charming but not desperate. Important note: 2 shoulder shrugs, usually read as indecisiveness, or but a one shoulder shrug, that's swagger with a smirk. And rest, beautiful thing. Even if we don't respond right away, we notice and it stays with us because it makes us feel something fun, familiar, and a little flirty. Number 2, the eye plus half smile combo, the secret shared across a room. Now, we're getting into a imagine this: you lock eyes with her across the room. You hold that gaze just long enough to register. It's not accidental. And then you deliver a subtle half smile. Not a grin, not a smirk, just a quiet, knowing smile. Like you both know something the world isn't. That moment it can stop time. This is what facial coding experts call a controlled emotional display. It's the suggestion of warmth without full exposure. You're inviting curiosity, not giving it all away. According to Dr. Helen Fisher, one of the leading neuroscientists on human attraction, this kind of eye contact plus smile combo triggers the release of phenylphlamine and neurochemical espalines for that fluttering feeling associated with falling in love. That's right, one well-timed glance and smile can biochemically mimic the sensation of. But here's the magic trick. It only works when it feels like a secret. That's what separates a creepy stare from a powerful one. The eye contact says, I see you. The half smile says, and I'm not telling anyone else what I see. Suddenly, there's a whole story unfolding in your expression. One that's personal, private, and thrilling. That's when a woman begins to wonder, who is this guy? And why can't I stop thinking about him? Number 1, the space-claiming gesture, aka unshakable presence in motion. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a guy enter a room and without saying a single word, every head slowly turns toward him? It's not the clothes, it's not the cologne, it's the way he takes up space. That right there is the space-claiming gesture, and it's pure primal dominance in action. Here's what it looks like. In the wild, a casual hand placed on the back of a chair, a relaxed arm resting on the booth as he talks, a grounded slightly wider stance when hesitates, or even leaning back slowly, owning the space around him like he was born there. This isn't accidental. This is hardwired into us. These gestures, what body language experts call territorial displays, they signal comfort, confidence, and above all, non-need, because you're not trying to impress anyone, you're not begging for validation, you're just being. And that's intoxicating. Psychologists call this the high-status perception bias, a subconscious trigger that tells our brain, if he owns space like that, he must be someone important. It goes all the way back to caveman instincts. Back when power wasn't proven by Instagram flurs or luxury watchers, it was about who could hold ground, literally who could walk into a tribe, sit by Thera, make others feel his presence without noise. Now, in modern terms, it's the difference between a man who asks for attention and one who naturally draws it. And let me tell you something powerful, Amelia. A man who leans his arm casually over the back of his chair while speaking with quiet authority, that man is dangerous in all the right ways because he's not performing, he's not pretending, he's just existing in power. Bonus tip: pair this with stillness. Stillness is the most underrated form of masculine energy. The less you fidget, the less you overesture, the more your presence expands. You want her to lean, you want her to wonder, why does this guy feel different? Own your space, claim it without apology. Let your body say, I belong here, because since you believe it, she'll feel it. So, here's the takeaway. None of these gestures are about being fake. They're not tricks. They're not lines. They're simply the natural language of presence. The kind of presence that makes a woman feel drawn in without understanding why. These are the things women pick up on subconsciously, and they work because they speak directly to our psychology. So ask yourself, which of these gestures are you already doing without realizing? Which ones could you consciously start practicing to become more self-aware in your presence? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and trust me, your insights fuel these conversations. If this video gave you even one new perspective, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to Dark Psychology, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because next time, I'll be revealing the 7 bot language cues women show when they're secretly testing your confidence and how to pass those tests with silent mastery. Until then, pay attention, make your move, own the moment. I'm Amelia and this is Dark Psychology.